Amadou, you're from the Senegal Sovereign Wealth Fund, which is just a year old. Yeah. I'll keep emphasizing that because we're older than you in Nigeria. Sure. Tell us what you feel what the role you think sovereign wealth funds can play in developing capital markets in Africa.
Okay. Thank you very much, Stella. Good morning, everybody. We started the Senegal Sovereign Wealth Fund last year. It took us 6 months to prepare the concept, the bill, pass the bill, enact it as law, and then start the company, recruit the management team. I was appointed CEO in October last year. We've hired 4 senior investment professionals and 4 junior investment professionals. Our fund is not a fund that is based on, let's say, excess revenue from the government, let's say, benefiting from crude oil accounts or things like that. Our fund is based basically on government assets and some cash from the government, from the budget every year. So every year, government gives cash, but government transfers state-owned assets to the fund, but land, concessions, royalties, but also shares in production of mining companies. In Senegal, often when a mining company comes, we try to take an option to acquire 10% of the production of the mining company at cost plus a margin. So government cannot manage that really because you exercise the option if the market price of the minerals is higher than basically the strike that you're using. So the government is transferring that right to us so we can exercise the option and make money if the price of minerals goes up. That enables us to use the money to invest in new companies, but also invest in state-owned assets that require capital. So this is the first thing we do. And we're trying also to improve the state-owned assets because so far, the government hasn't done well in managing some of its assets. And the idea for us is basically when we build those companies, restructure them, or invest in new projects, is to exit on the stock market, to deepen the stock market at a later stage. Because in West Africa, we have the BRVM, which is in Ivory Coast. Senegal has only one company listed there, which is Sonatel. It's a $4 billion company. It's the biggest company on the stock market, actually, with 1/3 of the volume. And we are trying to list more companies in which the Sovereign Wealth Fund has been a shareholder. Instead of selling it to another private equity or selling it to a pension fund, we rather list it on the stock market so to improve liquidity, to increase the number of companies listed, but also to make sure the Senegalese participate on the growth story of this company. So what we do also is we co-develop projects from scratch with some entrepreneurs, Senegalese entrepreneurs or foreign entrepreneurs. One example, a US investor had been trying to develop a solar project, 20 megawatt. It took them basically 2 years. They signed the PPA and all of that, but they were struggling to raise debt and additional equity. So we came in, we took over the project by committing to put equity alongside the investor, raise new equity. So we're in the process of raising new equity for that roughly $40 million project, and then raise the debt. So the debt, we've spoken to OPIC in the US, we've spoken to the African Development Bank and others. So once we clear with the equity, actually, then we are sure we will get the debt because the debt is available if the project is well structured. The PPA is 25 years, guaranteed by the government of Senegal. We have a sovereign guarantee to back the payment of the national electricity company. One of the other things we're working on also are in the agri sector.
Sorry, Amadou, can I just interrupt?
Yeah.
I think we're running out of time, so you can just wrap up in the next 30 seconds.
Just one thing quickly on infrastructure. We are trying to do, we think will help foreign investors invest in infrastructure, but also deepen capital market, is to create operating companies to operate toll roads that were financed by the government. And with a partner, create the operating entity and then list our stake later on the stock market. We are doing it on the airport project, the new airport in Senegal. It's a 600 million euro project. We finalized negotiating with an international foreign operator. We'll own 49%, they'll own 51%, but after 3-4 years, we want to list our 49% or part of our 49% to give the Senegalese and other investors the opportunity to invest in infrastructure. We are doing it also on toll road, $800 million financed by China, government of Senegal putting 15% equity, China financing the rest, but the fund creates the operating entity to operate the toll road with a partner or without a partner, but then list the company and make sure it is a national champion of toll road operation in the country and operate all the toll roads in the country. Thank you so much.
Doing business in Africa, you can't afford to be without Africa Investor.